out, especially because you fat fucks, clearly you guys are fat as fuck. No Chick-fil-A for y'all. All the 3X sold out. Yo, the 3X sold out like in 20 minutes. Now, knowing that my fans is fat, I can't even make fun of fat people.
Honestly, even if Cardi B gave me $10 million right now, I still wouldn't forgive her. You say I'm too serious? But when you look into the camera and say you're all so damn fat, those girls clutching their paychecks to buy your 3XL merch are crying in front of the mirror, pinching their waist. So what if I'm fat? Every penny.
In the statement that she said, y'all need to lay off the Chick-fil-A. That was definitely a joke, but a poor taste, but a joke still nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, you know, just like Alexandria said, you know, those medium-sized dollars spend just as well as those 3X dollars. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely don't want to alienate, you know, your core. Times when, hey, we may be down. There may be times when we don't have money in our pocket. You know what I'm saying? We want to see if, hey, how down are you really for me, or how down are you not? Because if I had no money in my pocket, then that just means that, hey, you're going to bounce to the next nigga who probably got something who can probably trick on you, get you the Birkin bag, get you the shit that you want, so you don't have to work or do X, Y, and Z.
Argument that there isn't systemic racism, and we have seen in very clear ways the system.
Like, how are you going to demand that I give a certain amount? How are you going to demand that? That's crazy.
Say that you get more jobs outside of the Breakfast Club now, without mentioning that you get them because the Breakfast Club is crazy.
You wasted a half a year in the campaign. And so where she, again, matter of fact, right.
This was just like, you know.
check 1 2. Yeah, mic check 1 2. It's your boy 3R, and I'm back and I'm representing. Like I said, right now, yo, it's never written. Straight off the dome, you know who it's on. 3rd degree come up, you know it's full blown. Can I serenade? Can I just spit it for days? You really know that the boy is amazed. Oh, yeah, I'm back in the building with no feelings. If you don't know, yes, you better tell your children. It's the boy 3R in the DY3. If you already see it, be me, 3rd degree. Literally, I take heed as I proceed to give you what you need. Bleed through your system and even through your speakers. Right now you see, right, I'm about to give you. This is the main feature, call me 3rd. And right now we're about to go and kick you to the 3rd word. Hey, what's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? It's your boy 3rd. We're back. As you can see, more technical difficulties with my camera. So it's acting ratchet right now. What is happening is basically my phone is trying to connect to the actual show while I'm going live. So it's been an ongoing nightmare. I've tried to disconnect it. It's just not happening right now. Kimberly, I see you right now. So right now it's an impromptu show. This was just going to be a pre-recorded one, but I said, I went to come just talk to y'all live about some of the hot topics we got going on tonight. So for those who are coming on, if you guys are going to be a guest, I need you to make sure that you got your Wi-Fi on. You're in a nice, quiet spot. You got your camera popping. Make sure that there's no moving. There's no background noise. There's no eating on camera. We're just going to talk basically about the Ratchet News. So I got some good hot topics in the Ratchet News. We're going to just pretty much take our time and talk about each and every single one of them. I didn't want to go 2 weeks without seeing you guys live, so we're here. So just bear with me while I get my camera, and while I fix this ratchetness, I'm going to give you some Ratchet News, and we will be right back. All right? Stay put.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy 3rd Degree. We're back with more Ratchet News. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So, let's go.
Well, kicking it off, we're going to talk about Can't Catch a Break Drake. Man, I guess he dropped another episode of his Iceman thing, and folks ain't feeling it. Rick Ross called him out, Kai Cenat, and it's kind of weak, but we'll talk about that later. Moving on. Hey, there's something strange going on with the Clippers right now, and even though I'm a Laker, I like the new Clippers owner, Steve Ballmer. He's a cool dude, so I hope this blows over. But this thing is interesting. I can't even pretend like I understand what's going on, so we'll just keep you posted as the story unfolds. Moving on. R.I.P. the legendary Giorgio Armani, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a trailblazer. Moving on. Target inks a deal with Black Doll Company, Origin Bees, founded by a 7-year-old and her mother. I guess they're trying to get back into the good graces of black people. Good luck, buddy. Moving on. Dumb Donald has removed the Biden-era rule that forced airlines to compensate travelers for flight delays, cancellations, or missing luggage. He is really a piece of crap, and y'all voted for this, right? Moving on. Sierra makes it official. Son Future last name legally changed to Wilson. Actually, Wilson is added on to his already. Whatever his last name is added on. You know what I mean? Which I think it should, but we will talk about that too. Moving on. John B. Shout out to John B. I opened up for him a few times. Says Chris Brown is a better singer than Michael Jackson. Bruh, you are tripping. You have a right to your opinion, but nah, man. Moving on. But speaking of Michael Jackson, his daughter Paris Jackson isn't happy about the upcoming Michael Jackson biopic. Coleman Domingo pretty much stated that, the kids were supportive and she kind of blasted them. Pretty much calling out saying that, why would you say that? I'm not involved with this project. I guess she tried to give some input. It wasn't received, so she said, forget it. And she said the movie has lies and accuracies and all sorts of stuff. I'm just paraphrasing the bit. I don't want to misquote her, but we will talk about this tonight too. Just, briefly, but kind of crazy that it's starring her very own alleged cousin, right? But hey, moving on. U.S. unemployment surpasses job openings for the first time since 2021. Moving on. Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson reached an agreement for an exhibition fight. Why? But hey, I'm here for it. I'll still watch it. You know what I mean? Moving on. Floyd is probably going to whip Tyson's tail, especially after what Jake Paul did to him. Moving on.
Guyana is the only country in the world that can feed itself. It is 100% sustainable. Hey, salute. Moving on. Tyrese sparks outrage on social media after declaring R. Kelly the king of R&B. Well, he is. Why is there an outrage? Moving on. The family of Angie Stone files lawsuit against truck company following a fatal accident, as they should. Moving on. Young Thug calls Glorilla ugly in a leaked jail call with Mariah the Scientist. It's crazy because right after it was leaked, he apologizes. Like, why? You know what I mean? And then Glorilla claps back, mind you, she said, mind you, this the same ninja blowing my phone up to ask what color my eyes is. You know, because she's not an ugly girl. You know what I mean? Like, this dude's just weird, and he's really... we'll talk about this later, too. Moving on. Comedian Druski is receiving backlash for his recent Whiteface skit portraying a NASCAR fan. We're going to talk about this one, too. Matter of fact, I'm going to upload it. We're going to talk about it on the show tonight. Moving on. Shout out to Moprim Shakur. Tupac's brother Moprim Shakur calls out Drake over a death row chain purchase, you know, as he should. Also, too, Moprim has a new autobiography coming out called This Thug's Life, you know, so make sure you guys go support that. Comes out sometime like, February 26th. So go support Moprim Shakur, all right? Speaking of Tupac, Tupac unaliving suspect Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is sentenced. He was sentenced to 16 to 40 months in jail for a prison fight that he had, you know, after a court appearance for the Tupac unaliving. So his actual trial for Tupac though starts in February also too. So let's just go ahead and lock his monkey looking ass up. All right, moving on. Community comes together to help support Dylan Soul Food, beloved Crenshaw restaurant, as they should. I'm telling you, good food. Seemed like a good dude. So shout out to all the listeners who went out there who went to go support. Let's continue to pour in and make sure we uplift this brother. All right, moving on. Kelly Price is facing backlash because of what she said. Quote, "Black women, you're some of the most nasty, disrespectful people," end quote. And, you know, Clarissa Shields, of all people, came to her defense saying she agreed. So we're going to talk about this tonight, too. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about a few of these hot topics. But moving on. Dennis Rodman Jr. was seen on a date with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, slut bucket, Larissa Pippen. This girl's just nasty. She's going after Michael Jordan's son, Scottie Pippen's son. Not Scottie Pippen, but Dennis Rodman's son. And just, you know, she's just nasty, man. Moving on. But I can't blame these young Thundercats for trying to, tame that wildcat, that old cougar cat, you know what I mean? But hey, moving on. Lil Jon places third in Muscle Beach fitness competition. Salute. Moving on. It's being reported that 300,000 black women have been removed from the workforce since Trump took office. Maybe it's that 92% that came out and voted for him, huh? Moving on. Sounds like Get Back to me. The story of Red Lobster's comeback thanks to Black Diners. That's what we do. Moving on. Oh, Amari Cooper retires from the Raiders. I mean, the dude just signed with the team like a month ago. And I guess because he was underperforming at practice and he just retires, man. What a weenie. Anyway, moving on. Derek Jackson's ex-wife claims he's pushing her to drop his last name, but she won't let go. Fans want to know why. That is a good question. Why? Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show.
And we are back, y'all. The camera was working and then it stopped working. I don't know what's going on with the ratchetness. Kim, I see you. Let me know when you stop. It's one thing on the show, we just kind of want people to stand still, no moving, too much moving in the background, just standing still kind of distracts whatever. So just when you get in a nice spot where you can stop, you know what I'm saying, then holler at your boy. Yeah, Ratchet. So I don't even got my partner out with me right now. You know what I'm saying? He's somewhere out. You know what I'm saying? He said, forget the show. You know, he was tired of doing it. He said I was hogging up the spotlight, doing all the other extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm wilding out, taking too much glory. I ain't paying them on time or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? He decided to go ahead and up and quit the show. So I am here. Okay, I see you. Oh, dang, but now I just lost you. So now I'm here solo, you know what I'm saying? So trying to work out my whole camera situation, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, man, what's been good with y'all? My other partner, I don't know where my other partner is. I think she got tired of me too. So, all right, Kimberly, I see you. So real quick, this is Drop Your 3 Cent. Like I said, this is the impromptu show. We're gonna be talking about the Ratchet News. Yeah, man. I'm over here dolo. I rode dolo from state to state. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You don't see him here, do you? Normally he's on time. You know what I'm saying? I guess the others that got to him, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. He just said, you know what, I ain't coming on, so, forget you and whatever. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Just said forget the Drop Your 3YC, whatever. You know what I mean? But anyway, we got a lot to talk about. So I know you saw the Ratchet News. So Kim, are you? No, he said he was through. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got tired. You know what I'm saying? You don't get paid. All this other crap. It's just really crazy. You know what I mean? Really, really crazy. So, all right, y'all. But yeah, so I see you, Rob. Shout out. I got my phone off and everything. I don't know what is up with this stupid camera. But anyway, yeah. So we got a lot to talk about within the Ratchet News. Like, if you see something that you want to talk about, actually, I got a few that are some highlights right now. So, yeah, you can't see if I'm joking because my camera's funked up right now. Like I said, we weren't literally supposed to come on tonight. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be a pre-recorded show, but there's too much happening today for me just to go ahead and just to not see you guys live. And then last week, we had to take a trip. So this is why we're here right now, or, why I'm here with you right now. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and let's just get some of this cracking. But now we can't see you.
I know.
What's good with you?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, everything's going great. I was so hoping that somebody would have touched on this subject, because I have, quite a bit to say about it,
Yeah. Wait. So, wait. So, let me go ahead and do the proper. So, what she is talking about is basically a Paris Jackson thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what you saw in the Ratchet News was Paris Jackson comes out and she slams the biopic, saying that she has nothing to do with it. She doesn't want to be involved, blah, blah, blah. Or that, or actually, let me go ahead. So she said pretty much Domingo Coleman was lying, saying that, she was involved giving notes and all this other stuff. And, and she pretty much said that, she tried to give her 3 cents of, of what she thought should be portrayed in the film. And, I guess it wasn't really received or ignored. So she said, well, I'm out of here, whatever. And so now she's saying that, the film is full of inaccuracies and lies and just all this other stuff. And she's slamming it. But mind you, saying like her whole cousin is the star of it. So for those that don't know, I do actually have a video clip of it, and we shall show you right now.
Daughter just went off about his upcoming biopic, and she's calling out the film's Oscar-nominated star for lying. Michael Jackson biopic is set to hit theaters next April. It's directed by Anton Fuqua, with Michael's nephew, Jafar Jackson, playing the King of Pop. The cast also includes Nia Long, Miles Teller, and Coleman Domingo. Recently, Coleman Domingo told People magazine that Michael's kids are fully behind the movie. He said, "They're very much in support of our film. But here's the problem. Paris Jackson says that's completely false." She went on Instagram and wrote, "Coleman Domingo, don't be telling people I was helpful on the set of a movie I had 0% involvement in. LOL, that is so weird." Paris explained that she read one of the early drafts of the script and gave notes about what she felt was dishonest and didn't sit right with her. But when her concerns were ignored, she decided to walk away. She believes the movie is twisting the truth about her dad. Paris said, "They're going to make whatever they're going to make. A big reason why I haven't said anything up until this point is because I know a lot of you guys are going to be happy with it. A big section of the film panders to a very specific section of my dad's fandom that still lives in the fantasy, and they're going to be happy with it. But the narrative is being controlled, and there's a lot of inaccuracy, and there's a lot of just full-blown lies. At the end of the day, that doesn't really fly with me. I don't really like dishonesty. I spoke up. I wasn't heard. I fucked off. That's it. Y'all are gonna like this fucking movie, so just go watch it, go enjoy it, do whatever. Leave me out of it." So now we know exactly how Paris feels about the upcoming Michael Jackson biopic. What do you think? Is she right to call this out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
All right, y'all. So my camera is big time tripping. I'm about to literally buy me another camera as we speak. But yeah, so what are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, somebody made a great point when they said that if you think about Paris's age and think about the casting, first of all, if you think about the casting and who's casted in the movie, it's almost like they stopped before they got to when Paris, BG, and Prince come into the picture. You don't see anything like a Debbie Rowe casted. You don't see that. Not saying that they aren't, but
I was getting ready to say, so are they or are they not? You know what I'm saying? I thought they covered up his whole life, so.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like you don't see, like they've been showing the cast, but you don't see the cast in there. You know, you don't see the cast in it, you know, at least as far as their lives, you know, introduction. You don't see them represented in the cast. So, and then she said it was just one draft. Think about that. It was just one draft she read. God knows how many more of the drafts they probably had since then. And then, like I said, if you go look at the cast of characters, they go way before she was a twinkle in her daddy's eye. Okay, so what can you possibly add to as far as feedback when this predates you and your brothers and you know what I'm saying? This predates you. And who's to say? It's like she said she gave her feedback, right? Now, how does she know for Mr. Domingo or anybody that was, you know, part of the cast, how does she know that they didn't take that to heart and say, you know what? I think I'm going to, you know, that's going to be helpful in me, you know, and how I portray this role.
Right.
It very well could have helped them, but we're dealing with some underlying issues with her. There's something.
So what do you think those underlying issues are?
I really believe that she wanted some type of probably some type of involvement as far as, you know, in creative wise, or you know, as far as the script, as far as, you know, like maybe like an advisory. You know how you hear about biopics, and you, especially if it's about a well-known person, and they have maybe like a daughter or a brother, or so they have somebody that was on the team that they used to basically help steer the biopic in the direction it needs to go. And I think because of the fact, like I said, no shade to her, but baby, you weren't born then. They can't possibly, the only thing that you can give insight on is your life with him when you came into the picture. And that was a good, what out of the 11 years she was born, maybe 5 or 6 years, you know, of your life with him. So I'm like, what can you possibly?
So I mean, you know, truthfully, to her defense, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, she lived with him. She was raised by him. You know, so I get it. You know, saying if it was one of my parents and it was being depicted on film or whatever, you know, I would try to, you know, have my involvement too. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't want my voice to be heard because who would better know than me? You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, too, you also got to keep in mind that, especially if you have a famous parent, that this is not necessarily about you. I didn't hear what she said. She said something cut off. But yeah, it's not necessarily about you. You know what I'm saying? It's about your parent. So Again, so I don't know. So I really don't know what note she was given. Maybe up until the point that she was around that she can remember. You know what I'm saying? So she is entitled to that. But then again, I do know how Hollywood works too. So, you know, there's going to be certain things that they do. They're going to write certain, they're going to take certain creative licenses in order to work.
That's my point. That's always been my point. And my thing is this. We all change as life goes on. The experience shapes us. So the Michael she grew to know may have been different for a lot of people. You see what I'm saying? The Michael she probably read in the scripts based on, say, because I'm sure they got feedback from his brothers, his sisters, his mother, their time coming up with him versus her time, being in his life. Experience and time shapes us. Am I correct? So who you grew up knowing probably was different, based on who knew them, who knew, how they say, the saying goes, you may be different
going in and out.
I know, I saw that. You know how they say my relationship with you may be different from a relationship with somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So is it, I guess in a way it's like you really can't discredit, say, with somebody else.
If you're driving, you're kind of going in and out, basically.
Look, I'm not driving. I'm sitting still, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's maybe I'm talking too real or something, and they messing with, because it's been fine ever since till I started talking. Right. But I'm just saying, it's, to me, and even so, my thing is this: she could have personally reached out to Coleman's people. It was a way it could have been done. And my thing is this: Coleman signed up for a job. That's like, I give a perfect example. That's like mine colleges. Even though I've only seen like a handful of times out of the whole treatment that I had been going to her for my cancer treatment. That's like, me saying, the treatment I got from my doctor, my oncologist, has really helped me. And then she snaps off, well, I only saw you, 2 or 3, 4 times. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how many times you saw me. If I felt that what you offered me and what you've done was helpful, how can you say to me that it didn't help me? Even if we only saw, because most of the time when you go see a doctor, you see their doctor's assistants, right? You really, like very few times do you see your doctor. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like she's claiming, well, I only gave my feedback on one script. And how do you know that didn't help somebody at that moment?
Very true.
And then on top of that, to go off on the man just said, he like, I just work here. I just signed up for the job. I didn't write the script. I'm just acting it out. So for her to go in on him like that, I'm sorry, that was petty.
Well, it was low class too, for the simple fact that she said not. Well, again, the internet. We're gonna stop dancing around the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the internet is gonna try to criticize her. And I'm about to mute your mic real quick, because I think I'm bleeding into the show.
Okay.
So I hear some other stuff going on in the background. Basically, the internet is going to pretty much chew her up because of some of the choices that she made, or some of the choice words that she made. And, pretty much, saying, not my circus, not my monkey, or not my monkey, not my circus. So, saying, like, I saw one publication say the alleged or the self-proclaimed black woman using these type of words. And then, of course, a lot of people want to say that, she's not his daughter biologically, that, again, her mother's white. As far as we know, Michael Jackson is black. so that would make her biracial. But they see her skin color, her hair, whatever, and they associate her with being white. So so with that being said, the monkey thing definitely, I think, threw some people off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and rightfully so, as they should be mad. So what are your thoughts on that, Kim?
Again, poor wording on her part. And maybe she meant for it to sting a little bit like that. You know, because it looks like, especially when it comes to Hollywood types, when she's in that industry, that they say a lot of things that they know is going to be thought-provoking, even emotionally provoking, that can ruffle a little feathers and get people talking. Remember when she was topless in the moonlight with her coven sisters? And she made a post saying, haha, I'm sitting back watching the dumpster fire that I created. Ooh, this is another dumpster fire. You see what I'm saying? So nothing surprises me. You know,
Right.
to me, it probably would had that intended, effect. And she got that. In a way, it's really shady and sad, because you're taking attention and overshadowing the hard work your cousin, and movies take over a year or so to make.
Right.
So all that hard work that young man has done, and deservedly, the good attention he should be getting. Now everybody talking about you, which brings it on to her, that puts her, you know what I'm saying? Now it's made it about her. And you done took all the hard work and credit away from the people that showed up for the job.
Very true.
And my thing is, could it be, and this is no dig at Paris, but could it be that being that, like I said, like I equate her to like a Lisa Marie Presley of her time. She's the king's daughter. And with that, there's some what they call it, nepotism in it. She's, like I said, like.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, doors open for her. You understand? Things come easy for her because of who her father is, just on the strength of who her father is. And, it goes without, I would say, without saying that, that shine, she's used to basking in. Even if you remember those home movies when she was a little girl and she snapped at her brother Prince. It's not your birthday, Prince. It's not your birthday. You know what I'm saying? It's right. Like, I see very much still that little girl in her. And it's like, to me, being that if Jafar pulls this off, which it looks like he's doing, and he does a masterful job, this is going to catapult him to a whole new heights. And you gotta remember, Paris is the actress of the family. She's, started off her little young career and stuff in the modeling, but especially in the acting business. So her cousin pulled this off. Especially the fact that the boy Jafar, the young man can sing, and he sound like his uncle. And then you pull this off.
Right.
Oh man, that's gonna put her in the back seat. And maybe she sees this. She sees the writing on the wall.
So you're equating this to jealousy?
It could be. It could be some kind of. I'm thinking that's part of it. I'm not saying that's the whole thing. I think that has something to do with it too. But there's obviously, she's got some, I think it could be a gripe with the estate. It could be many things. You know what I mean? But my thing is to go off on I equate the movie is the job, and Coleman and the rest of are the employees. That's like me going off into, I get mad at what Chase Bank do, but I get mad and go off on the tellers. And they ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? They just clocked in to work that day. You know, that's unfair. And this is an opportunity for Michael's reputation to be rehabbed. Because it's been such a heck job done on his name and his legacy for so many years that this is like taking Clorox trying to clean everything up. And now you throw, oh, this movie has got lies. And you throw such a negative spin on it. It's bad enough that we can't even read an article about something positive about Michael without putting that little footnote. Oh yeah, back in 2005, he was acquitted of child molestation. Like, they gotta constantly remind you and throw stuff up in there. So here's an opportunity for something good to come out of this, and a good portrayal. And you want to say, oh yeah, this is for the Lulu people because it's a fantasy world that they, you know, that's.
I hear you on that. I hear you.
That stings because we're fans, and it's not that we want to see a fantasy. We finally get to see something that is pro Michael, that is going to portray him in a light he should be portrayed in, especially after his acquittal, and especially after, you know, his name has just been dragged through the mud so viciously for so many years.
Right.
So many years. We finally get to see.
So let me ask real quick, don't mean to cut you off. Do you think that maybe that because of her statements that this might actually hurt the movie?
It could. Because you got to realize good stuff on Michael don't sell. Even though now we are getting a lot of positive stuff coming out with Michael, and I've seen the media do like a little light shift in how they report on, but still, oh, trust me, they waiting for an opportunity. They salivating, they drooling at the mouths, waiting for just any one little inkling of something that they can run with. And that's his daughter that's doing it. We ain't talking about some movie critic. We're not talking about a random fan or something. We're talking about his flesh and blood, his family member, for whoever want to, you know, whatever side of the fence you on. You got a lot of people believe she's not flesh and blood. You got some people that do. Whatever the case is, that's his child. And that,
yeah, regardless. I mean, he raised her, you know?
Right. And that has a lot of weight to it. Her saying that?
Well, you know, for me, it's like this, man. Like, yeah, it's poor choice of words. You know what I'm saying? Like, she definitely could have reacted a little bit better. She didn't have to blast, you know, Coleman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
anything at all.
So, yeah, she didn't have to blast Coleman like that. You know what I'm saying? And no, nor did she have to throw any type of shade to the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but on the flip side, as a fan, I want to see a real Michael Jackson movie. I don't want to see nothing of fluff. I don't want to see nothing of fantasy. I don't want to see nothing fake. I don't want them to try to make him more than what he is. I want to see the flaws, the imperfections. I want to see the human side of him. You know, I want to know the real story. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to play advocate, like, even if, you know, he did find a way, or if he couldn't conceive, or if he didn't conceive Paris or Prince, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, that's just the rumor, allegedly, then, you know, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, you know, the surgeries. Did he feel insecure? His self-esteem? How did he feel about the heights of fame? You know, what did he feel about the wives that he married? Or I want to get the real, you know what I'm saying? But I know that they're going to, this especially because it's the estate behind it, they're definitely going to try to, you know, put him up more on the pedestal. And to be honest with you, MJ doesn't need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's already on the highest pedestal. Like, he's the most Googled or the most popular person, right beneath, like, Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? So,
yeah. But I'm like, how do we know that they are going to do that? My thing is, she said, if you notice what she said in her little video, she said first draft. It's been, how long has this movie probably been worked on? How many drafts that probably were? We haven't even seen it yet. So we don't know what's in it. And my thing is, I believe that the estate is going to give the real, accounts to things. But what we gotta understand is too, hold on, we have so much, I guess what they call it, film that they can use. They got so much that they have to condense down into how many hours? And then on top of that, they want to keep the audience, because fans aren't the only ones that's going to see this movie. So they got to keep everybody's attention. And they got to keep people, interested and engaged in the movie. So, of course, like with Freddie Mercury, like with, what's her name? Joan Crawford. I'm trying to think of all the biopics that came out in history. They're going to put creative spin on it. That just goes without saying. But my thing is, let's wait. We hear what she's talking about, and I think I got enough common sense to know that, I can read between the lines. She's talking about one script, which was a first draft. Think of what, let's look up what first draft and what a draft means.
I mean, we're all not slow. We know what the first draft is, what the second draft is, the final. So I mean, we get it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Sorry, I gotta mute you because you're bleeding out. I forgot to tell you, if you're using your phone, you have to use your headphones. Because if not, then when I'm saying into my microphone or when I'm saying it bleeds into the show, gives an echo, and it just makes us look really ghetto than what it already is as of right now because my camera's not working. So but we all know what a rough draft is, you know what I'm saying, and the final project or whatever. So I mean, yeah, it's to be determined. We definitely got to wait and see. But at the end of the day, I mean, my personal opinion, which is my 3 cents, I feel like, again, with the Freddie Mercury's, even with like the Notorious movie, which, had his estate behind it, you know what I'm saying? They're going to put fluff, they weren't talking about his interactions with Kim, you know what I'm saying? And, with certain things, whatever, they left out certain details within his story. And like you said, to your credit, I know that they can't get everything within every single minute, whatever. I get it. But at the same time, I wonder how this is going to be. But Anton Fuqua is a good director. I have faith in him. I have faith in his casting. I just don't have that much faith in the estate. And we got Adoration. What's going on, Adoration? Can I unmute you?
All good.
Sorry, I got kicked off again. I don't have earphones, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop off. Now, I wasn't saying that anybody was slow or nothing like that. I'm just, I was getting passionate about it, and I was just saying that we're basing what she say, off of a first draft, which is basically we don't know what we're going to see come next year, in April. So I'm like, let's just wait, because to me it just seems, I don't know what to make of what Paris is doing, but let's just wait and see. And my thing is to me, it was a lot of shade thrown at a lot of people, and Poe Domingo.
It was a lot of shade.
And Poe Domingo just got some straight shot at him. You know what I'm saying?
The sad part is he's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds a lot better now. So I think whatever you're doing now, let's keep it right there. Sounds real good. Adoration, What are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know much about any of this. I haven't been following the movie. Hold
on. I'll play the clip. Because Jess just got here too. I know you can't see her, but she's here. So here goes the clip right here.
His daughter just went off about his upcoming biopic, and she's calling out the film's Oscar-nominated star for lying. Michael Jackson biopic is set to hit theaters next April. It's directed by Anton Fuqua, with Michael's nephew, Jafar Jackson, playing the King of Pop. The cast also includes Nia Long, Miles Teller, and Coleman Domingo. Recently, Coleman Domingo told People magazine that Michael's kids are fully behind the movie. He said, "They're very much in support of our film. But here's the problem. Paris Jackson says that's completely false." She went on Instagram and wrote, "Coleman Domingo, don't be telling people I was helpful on the set of a movie I had 0% involvement in. LOL, that is so weird." Paris explained that she read one of the early drafts of the script and gave notes about what she felt was dishonest and didn't sit right with her. But when her concerns were ignored, she decided to walk away. She believes the movie is twisting the truth about her dad. Paris said, "They're going to make whatever they're going to make. A big reason why I haven't said anything up until this point is because I know a lot of you guys are going to be happy with it. A big section of the film panders to a very specific section of my dad's fandom that still lives in the fantasy, and they're going to be happy with it. But the narrative is being controlled, and there's a lot of inaccuracy, and there's a lot of just full-blown lies. At the end of the day, that doesn't really fly with me. I don't really like dishonesty. I spoke up. I wasn't heard. I fucked off. That's it. Y'all are gonna like this fucking movie, so just go watch it, go enjoy it, do whatever. Leave me out of it." So now we know exactly how Paris feels about the upcoming Michael Jackson biopic. What do you think? Is she right to call this out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
And she just turned into a full blown, like, you know, foul mouth, you just hippie.
Hey, she's grown. Yeah, I mean, she is grown, and I can understand how, like, my father passed. If somebody was doing a biopic on my dad's life, and you know, you're sensitive about this stuff. This is her person who raised her. I don't, you know, subscribe to the whole biological thing, but he raised her. So I can understand if she's, you know, I wouldn't say over emotional, but more emotional than the rest of us about small details. I mean, there's fans who are going to lose their mind over certain little details. So that's his kid. So I can understand if she's like, and I can understand the director and whoever's making this movie being like, because, you know, imagine like you're doing a movie. This is what you want to focus on. This is the part you want to focus on because this is going to work for the audience. And somebody's in there like, no, we didn't do that. We used, you know, paper towels. And it's like, okay, but that's what we did. And it's just, people are emotional about their own people. So I can understand where she's coming from. And maybe, yeah, I can understand her also being irritated if somebody's like, basically like straight out lying. He probably should have just not said that, you know, knowing that she's not.
But that's plain advocate. How do we know that they're quote unquote lying? But, you know, again, I'm pretty sure that you know too, because your mom was on the movie set. I've been involved in the movie set. Ironically, one of the movies, or the movie actually got some type of camera time on, was a Michael Jackson Lifetime pick, that's Searching for Neverland. So, I mean, I get it, you know what I'm saying? So I get both sides, that to where you're going to dramatize certain things, you're going to make certain things bigger than what they are in order to kind of sell the movie or to actually make the movie. It's Hollywood. That's what they do. So just like to what you said, to your point, like, yeah, I don't think, you know, especially if you're a director, you're coming in with notes, just placating on what you said. You know, if you're okay, hey, no, we didn't use Snuggle, we used Bounce. You know, it's okay, doesn't really matter. It's still fabric softener. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, what does it really matter? But if there's something that's really, really, really serious or dramatic, I can understand why she'd be frustrated. You know what I'm saying? But I think I think she kind of wanted to throw her weight around, like, yo, I'm Michael Jackson's kid, and this is what
exactly.
But we don't see Prince doing it. And as a matter of fact, he gave Jafar, which is his cousin, you know, much praise, you know, because I was skeptical. Like, you know, like, hey, is this dude really going to do a good job? Is this nepotism, whatever? But, you know, he went on ahead and full blown to supported him. So I don't know.
And I'm sure she supports Jafar as well, but she doesn't. I think the only reason before this, I didn't hear anything, but I think she was annoyed that they said she's fully behind it. And she's like, guys, I walked off set. I'm not fully behind. But of course, like she said, half the movie, enjoy the movie. I'm sure, you know what I mean? They're calling their nephew like, go do your thing. But she doesn't, she doesn't like the way they're going to tell certain parts of the story. And like I said, it's
So here's the thing, Adoration. So as you know, because you're immersed into the world, there's a serious. Some of these MJ fans are
insane.
Yeah, they're insane. They're serious, and some of them are flat out freaking annoying. They're more annoying than the Beehive, than the Swifties, than the Barbs, because they're very serious. And these people will actually go to war and fight physically over MJ. So if they don't get it right, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna burn probably like the movie theater down.
Right. Hope not.
Hey Jess, do you have any thoughts?
So just to let you know, the Swifties and the Beehives, they will burn the theater down too. But back to Michael Jackson. I completely agree with Paris and her feelings on whatever they said or didn't do right, you know, with whatever she read. I don't know what she read. It could have been something serious. It could have been something small. I don't know. But I completely understand. I could put myself in her shoes.
Absolutely.
And understand that as a child that was raised by this man, because like you, Adoration, I don't fully agree with the biological, but but as a, you know, a child who was raised by this man, like I would say something too. And having a daughter compared to a son, daughters are a lot more harsh than sons are. A lot more harsh, no matter what it is. You know, and I'm a female. I can attest to that. You know,
daughters will go to war for their daddies. That's the truth.
Yeah, I feel like she should have waited though to say her comments until after the movie was, you know, released and all of that stuff.
Agreed.
That's where she messed up.
I think that was her plan. But I feel like because of what he said, it pissed her off to the point where it's like, now you're saying I support it, and if I don't say anything now, then after the movie comes out, I'm gonna be like, I didn't like it. And people are gonna be like, well, you were involved with it, and she's like, no, I wasn't. I think
that was his fault too. He shouldn't have said that his kids like were on board with it. If it was just one on board and, you know, two not on board, you shouldn't have said nothing. Even if it was two on board and not one on board.
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
say nothing. That was his fault for even speaking that. I would have spoke up too.
I kind of see that too.
I would have spoke up too. I'm not about to be crying. No, please. You can miss me with that one.
Did he say that though, that she was on board, or did he just say, I felt like she gave good advice or whatever it was that I guess her feedback that she did? Because I could swear that's what he by saying that
could be it.
That he, I guess, gave him good feedback or something like that. My thing is, he did not say that, and he just simply said he felt like she helped. Then, to me, it's like she's doing the most.
I understand that.
Wait,
I hear you.
I hear what you're saying. Let me play advocate. Let me go to her defense. So if she gave notes that were rejected or weren't used for the film, then she did not help in what she's saying.
Well, that's how she.
Right. He could have seen it as help. Certain thing.
But you know what? Like I was saying, I made that analogy with my doctor. Like, let's say, since I only seen her a handful of times throughout my 5-year treatment, because you know how doctors you see their doctor's assistants and stuff like that. And I said, oh, I thought she was really helpful. But she snaps up and say, I haven't seen you in only such and such a handful of time. Even though you still, you know, are the doctor, and you still, whatever you put forth, help me. And that's how I feel. So that's basically people saying that, oh, you know, he's ingenuine, or, you know, not genuine with how he felt she helped him. Maybe
That is true.
he helps
That's
somehow.
true. Because him as an actor, he has
Right.
no control over the script. So from his perspective, she might have helped him. He might have been doing a certain move and she might, oh, dad would have done it like this. And so he might have got the help that he could control.
Right.
But she probably was, triggered and focused on something else. So that's, that actually makes a lot more sense. Because it's not like he's the one writing the film, right?
He didn't come up with the film. He didn't write it. And my thing is, like I say, he's an employee. He just clocked into work. He like, I just work here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
that's true.
I didn't produce this. I didn't write it. My job is to make sure that I give the most accurate and the most, the most good portrayal of this loved one that I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Any little, it's like us going to somebody's family and be like, look, what was such and such? Because think about it. His only focus should be Joe Jackson because he's playing Joe Jackson. So I'm sure she probably gave him like, well, what was your granddad like? What was something? You know what I'm saying? Even if just
but that's what I'm saying though. But did he though? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, again, it's to be determined. Like, I'm upset over the fact that we gotta wait until April.
I mean, they
do the work. It was supposed to come out October. You know what I'm saying? I was patiently waiting. Now I gotta patiently wait till April, to see this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. So I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. You know what? I'm going to say this too. And I'm going to say this as a kid of parents. As a grown one, though. I don't necessarily think kids... how do I say this without being rude? We don't know our parents that well.
We weren't around them.
Their siblings know them well. Their parents know them well. Their friends know them well. You see your parents through a completely different lens. Like, you know what I mean? If you're talking about, Michael Jackson had all these girls, she'd be like, no, he didn't. My daddy was a good man. And you'd be like, well, you know what I mean? Like,
what did I say about Edward? I said his relationship with her could be something different from what other people saw.
Absolutely. You are the kid. You get the kid. You get the parent version of your parents. Sometimes you meet them when you get older, and sometimes you just can't accept what you know when you get older. But kids,
I'm sorry, my mom was real for me from the jump.
Right. But
my mom kept it funky from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't put on no front from nobody. You know what I'm saying? So especially not me. And that's how she raised me to be. So I don't put on no front. I am what you see is what you get. Either like it, love it. If you don't like it, well then F you. If you love it, well then hey, I'm glad you're here. But hey,
but I don't even mean a front though, Third. I'm talking about like
they're
your parent. You see them in high esteem. You respect your mom. You mean it's just
exactly.
It's your perception.
Exactly, your perception. Like I say, like up until the age of 12. Maybe 13, maybe younger. For some people, it's a lot younger. Your parents are
There's certain things that children should not know.
Yeah, it's how it's supposed to be. Like, your parents are supposed to be your parent. You respect them. But when it comes to reality, especially if they're making a biopic, they're not making this biopic from their children's point of view. Daddy's a superhero. Daddy's your hero. Daddy did this. Yay, Daddy did that.
I did say that earlier.
Thank you.
But in reality, Daddy was a person. Daddy had struggles. Daddy had a hard past. Daddy, grandpa might not have been perfect. And it's like, how can you say that? That's my grandpa. And it's like,
he got is different from the.
Oh man, there goes that you're breaking up again.
Can you hear me now? I said,
the
Michael she got is different from the Michael that everybody grew up with and knowing. Because experience in life shapes us as we get older.
I agree.
So yeah, I mean, I think that as a daughter or a child of his, we can expect that she's going to be a little more, emotional about whatever they're going to put out, and his family in general. But you know, at the same time.
Well, from the looks of it, it seems the family is actually all on board. Now, like we're playing advocate, for her to make this comment, you know, with me being a diehard Michael Jackson, I'm not one of these, you know, brainless ones. But for the brainless ones that will probably hang off of every single word that she says.
Can we not call them brainless?
No.
Can we call them fanatics?
Yeah.
You can.
Wow. But I mean, come on, third. Like from my perspective, I always saw you as a fanatic. So,
but here's the
but here's the thing. You see me dressed up, going out, doing the, I'm not even saying just that, but I'm a huge fan. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can't call me a fanatic, but there's some who literally live in a fantasy land, which she was saying, where they don't want to accept certain things as reality. Right. Or they want to sit up there and they base their whole life off of MJ, which I don't. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So the thing about it with me is I'm always going to stay grounded in reality. Mm-hmm. I know that this man was a man. You know what I'm saying? He was an exceptionally talented individual, but yet and still he was still a man. So I knew that he came with flaws. I don't believe that he sat up there and, you know, he had two children who don't necessarily look like him or the Jacksons. You understand what I'm saying? I don't live in that fantasy land. Right. I don't sit up there and live in the fantasy land of him saying like, oh, I only had 2 plastic surgeries. I don't live there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, hey, you know, there's some flaws about this dude, and that's where I live. So no, I'm not necessarily a fanatic in that sense. But there's people, and I've been around them, who literally will accept whatever he says as gospel, and that's where I don't live. So, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that there are people who literally, Michael Jackson is essentially their God. So if Paris Jackson, which is essentially his daughter, who people still believe to this day that biologically that she is his daughter, is saying like, hey, I don't support this movie, or you know, or there's some lies and inaccuracies, whatever. It was a double-edged sword. You're saying, hey, go support this effing movie, but there's lies and then that leaves me as a fan stuck. Yeah, do I go watch it? You know what I'm saying? Or do I not?
Right. I see what you're saying. I'm gonna watch it anyway. I don't care. But I think that's very fair to say. Like, did she give them such bad press already just with that? I mean, I don't know. That's deep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, at the end of the day, if this is your quote unquote cousin that is portraying your father, you know what I'm saying? So the thing that I give kudos to is that they actually got a real live Jackson, Blood Jackson, to actually play him. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, the dude can sing. He can dance, you know what I'm saying? So the thing is, can he act? Is he going to, you know, portray him in such a good light? You know? But at the end of the day, this is still your quote-unquote family. And for you to make that comment, you're shitting on a movie that, hey, that your brother has endorsed, that your cousins has endorsed, you know, that everybody else is excited to see, and you're shitting on it. So if the movie flops, and this, you know, essentially ends Javar's career, then you play the part.
Yeah. I'm not gonna blame her for that.
It's whoever produced the movie's fault. He shouldn't have with it.
Well, no, that's not the producer, that's the actor. This dude right, you see this dude right here?
Oh, he's the one that said it?
Yeah, he's the one, he's an actor, he's an Oscar nominated actor playing Joe Jackson.
Well, he shouldn't have said nothing. He could have kept his mouth closed.
Right.
That's fair.
But you know, hey, you know, like I said, I don't think this is even a blame game, because at the end of the day, he didn't know how she would react. He didn't know the relationship she had with the producer and the writers. He's just an actor. He probably thought, you know, as a conglomerate, all the Jackson kids helped out much. He probably saw her in the beginning on set and was like, wow. You know what I mean? So
very true.
What does your granddad kind of do? And she probably gave him all kinds of pointers, and he was happy and excited. And so he probably just he tripped over a nerve that he didn't know he tripped over.
I didn't know it was him that made the comment.
Oh yeah.
So I think she said that she only met him like twice.
Okay.
Once, I think, somewhere, I think at a function, but again, I don't know. It's to me, this is just my personal opinion. I don't feel like there's a connection there with the Michael Jackson legacy with her for some reason. I don't know. It's just me. There's something just weird and off about her particular. And I think I wish Kim was still on, to where I think she kind of essentially said it in a perfect sense. There's somewhat of a brat of a brat behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, if I don't get my way, then I'm taking my ball.
She's the first. The first are always spoiled.
The first.
But we gotta be honest,
first
guys.
child.
She's not the first child.
But she's a human, though. I mean,
who's the first child?
Prince.
She's second.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah, he's just short.
Oh snaps! This whole time I thought it was her.
No, it's not her. She's the second oldest. Right. There's Prince, Paris, and then there's Blanket, who, again, if you want to go by the rumor or by the word on the street, is that he's literally the only biologically child of Michael Jackson.
I need to see him.
I personally, I looked at it. I looked into all the different fandom things, and I just know. Guys, look, I grew up in Asia. We got a lot of mixed kids over here.
No, I get it. So with him, he actually, yeah. Well, Kimberly said she's the only girl, though.
Mm-hmm. And I can experience that because I got one girl and she's more harsh than the boys.
All right. So the thing is, what you guys missed, especially you, Adoration, because I'm not saying this in a bad way, but you're a youngin. But the one thing that when Catherine Jackson tried to actually file a lawsuit against AEG, they do what the judicial system likes to do what they call mudslinging. So they'll bring up certain things and try to embarrass people, especially that, like, hey, it's kind of like one of those. Well, if you go through with this lawsuit, then I'm gonna expose this. So they were talking about exposing his drug use, exposing his surgeries, and then exposing the parentage of his children, which they say that, two, one for sure is his, which, again, it was artificial insemination, which is BG, Blanket, the youngest one. Prince, they're definitely they don't know, but Paris was always been the one where they said no. At least one of his children wasn't his. They tried to use that to embarrass her. So this is all in court documents. So the one thing that they did do, AEG had access to a lot of Michael Jackson stuff because of the fact of, Dr. Tume, that whole AEG stuff, because he was tied in with that tour. They had access to a lot of his files. So a lot of stuff that they found the paperwork that showed that, no, he didn't necessarily have a relationship with Blanket's mother, but he used his sperm in order to create him, with the woman that was actually out here in San Diego. So she's like Spanish or something like that, but yeah.
I thought they said that with the first one.
No, well,
from my childhood memories, that's what they said. With
no,
the first one.
AEG court documents stated that Blanket is the only biological child of Michael. This is what they put out.
Though, guys? People act like you can't get a what's it called?
Paternity test
like today. Listen, guys,
right.
But you need Michael Jackson's DNA, though.
No, they already have that, though. They have it.
Well, yeah.
The reason why it's such a big conspiracy and we don't know, and that is not his kid. They don't resemble him in any way. If they were his kids, I'm telling you, I know. We all know.
Like I said, I wish I would have been a little bit more prepared for a person like you, Adoration, but I got pictures of where, Blanket actually does.
Yeah, I need to see.
I trust me. I have a lot of Michael Jackson fanatics on my page. Even more fanatics.
I got you.
He covered him his whole life with a blanket.
No, he didn't, Jessica. So, well, yeah, he kind of did. He kind of did, but no,
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, so I'll show you. I got pictures of this. You know what I'm saying? At one point, they were trying to say that Brandon Howard was his. You know what I'm saying? And truthfully, I mean, Brandon Howard looks more like MJ than Paris does. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's always been a big mystery, but literally AEG, tried to embarrass Catherine Jackson. This is what they put out through the media, that Blanket was the only one who was biologically his, or at least confirmed, because they had the paperwork.
You know what I'm saying? Proving that. It's not really sure about Prince, but they're saying that one for sure isn't, and they're trying to say it was her.
Hey guys, yeah. You know, if people would come out of their fanaticism, whatever it's called, and just accept reality, somebody can be your claimed child. You can raise them. You can adopt them. Those are his kids. They're not his biological kids.
Do you not understand how? I think because you've been out of the States again. AEG is a multi-billion-dollar company.
Right.
Where again, if they have dirt on you to embarrass you, they're going to embarrass you.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't be embarrassed by something that you just accept as fact. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Michael Jackson was not the guy who died. People look at him and they say, "Oh, he's white. Oh, he's this, he's that." Michael Jackson was a very black man.
Right.
I have never seen a black man, black woman procreate with someone. And now they might come out with
that's where I'm going to have to stop you. Because, no, because again, I
can't even hear what you say, Adoration.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying that we all have seen what it looks like when a black person, male or female, mixes with a white person. Now, I've seen kids come out with blonde hair and white skin, but they're still going to have some black features. And you might see one of the kids that are like, whoa, they got all their genes from their dad, but not all of them. They're going to be mixed.
No.
They're not mixed.
Again,
none of them are mixed.
I'll send you a picture of Blanket too.
I've seen them. I have
I got side by side photos.
Michael Jackson fanatics on my page. I
get it. But what you're trying to miss, what you're missing is again when they talk about even within politics, they do it. If they have dirt on you, they're going to sling it. And so again, the one thing is with him, what they tried to embarrass him with was that the one thing he lied about was that they said that hey, he had a relationship with his mother and all that. Oh, that was a flat out full-on lie. You know what I'm saying? What he did do was he used his sperm in order to procreate this boy. Now, another thing I'm gonna have to stop you with, because I am a little bit familiar with genetics and with DNA, is that even if, you know, saying like you may have 2 black parents, you can still come out really light skinned. So even with there's some, so what's his name? There's a dude, I guess I forget his name, Wentworth Miller or something like that. There's a few people that you would look at and think that are white, but they're essentially black because they actually have a black parent.
But let's be honest, though.
So I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying, but there's you can't necessarily. I get. I'm not negating what you say, but as far as genetics work, you don't necessarily know how it works. The one thing I will agree with you is that hey, one may, but not all 3. So I definitely agree with you on that one.
And I will say, Adoration, that my mom's second youngest sister is full black. Both black parents came out with blonde hair and hazel eyes.
Absolutely. But that's what I'm saying, though. You will get a kid that comes out with blonde hair and hazel eyes. You might get 1 or 2. You might get all of them. But what the thing is, let's be honest. Let's look at Paris right now. And I hate to have this conversation because I don't want her to feel any type of way. It doesn't matter how hazel your eyes are and how light your skin is. Kids that are black, that have blonde hair, hazel eyes, even straight blonde hair, they still look black.
Not all the time. Like I said, there's literally a woman who looks Caucasian, but definitely has a black father. And
my mom people thought that my mom was Oriental, still to this day.
Yes, I'm one of them. she does not look black. Matter of fact, I met Jessica's mom before I met Jessica at a record store, and I literally thought that she was an Asian woman until I heard her speak, and I'm like, wait, why does she sound black? Maybe she's married.
There you go, though. Jess looks like her mom. Jess's mom looks Jess looks kind of Asian too. There's a lot of black people who look kind of Asian.
No, Jessica looks like a mixture of both. I'm trying to tell you about her. Her mom, I'm literally telling you, if I show you a picture of her mom right now, matter of fact, funny story, I don't even put her mom on blast. I was cutting Jessica's lawn, right? And literally she came up, she pulled up, and I seen this Asian looking woman with a black kid, you know, say bringing them to the house. And I'm like, oh,
mind you, a black light skinned kid.
Right.
Black, no, he black. You know what I'm saying? He's a black kid. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe this is the babysitter. And you know, saying then she said, "Hello, who are you?" And when she said it, and she had, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a little scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a little thrown off. Like, she literally, you know, looks Asian.
Right. But
it was
here's
really
the
weird.
thing, though. She looks like Jess's mom because Jess look a little Asian.
She does. I said that
Paris
too.
look like her dad. I'm not saying anything about it, but Paris, Prince, and Blanket, they don't look like they have. They don't look like their father.
Blanket does. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Okay, well we can agree to disagree.
He has the Adam's apple.
I see it in the eyes.
He has the Adam's apple. He has the hands. He has the head, the big ass head, just like him. Hold on one second, yo. I'm gonna try to see if I get this blown up.
I understand. I've seen they zoomed in all the way to every angle, and like I said,
now here's the thing. Now here's where I'm gonna agree with you, Adoration. Like there have been some people who literally, some fans literally will put like a side by side of Michael Jackson and Paris, say, "Oh, they look just alike," and I'm like, "Negro, please." You know what I'm saying? Not even on a bad day. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing, though, too. They will do a lot of comparisons with Michael Jackson's new look and Paris Jackson. Yes. Did he get a nose job? Absolutely, he got a nose job. Did he get a skin, situation? I think he had that skin disease.
No, he definitely had vitiligo. That was confirmed by autopsy.
Did he have vitiligo and probably, patch up the rest of his skin and everything? Because, back in the day, just wearing your vitiligo, I was telling my student this, just wearing your vitiligo back in the day wasn't a normal thing. That didn't become a normal thing until we had that vitiligo model. I said, so if he was turning white, he would have.
So if you see right here, there goes pictures of Michael before the surgeries. I can't, it's hard to kind of blow this one up. You know what I'm saying? But the eyes, whatever, the nose, you know what I'm saying? Like the features, he definitely, so Blanket's mom is actually Spanish. I think she might be European Spanish, or she might even be Mexican, but definitely you can see the Negro nose. It's there. You can see that he's definitely, mixed. He has some skin color.
The Negro nose. Do I have the Negro nose?
Negro.
I got the Negro nose.
Yes, I do.
But like I said,
too.
though,
I don't know about Jess,
their
but
preferences, I understand. I'm not the preference, their point of view, I understand. To me,
that don't count. The Negro nose, no.
He doesn't look half. He doesn't look mixed. He looks Mexican. He does not look half black. I know plenty of
because again, his mom is Mexican, so I know Mexican. I know Mexican kids who look just like him, who are have black and have Mexican.
It all depends on what genes they pull.
Which Jess has been knowing about this too, because again, we've done our ancestry, so there's certain things that you're gonna pull from one parent, and one thing you're gonna pull from another. So
my older son is very dark. Okay. My younger son is extremely lighter than him.
Very true.
Right.
My younger son has more African in him than my older son.
Very true.
Right.
So you never know what genes will pull.
Yeah. I mean, my parents had 9, like from babies came out from white. Some babies came out just.
I'm sorry, Adoration. I've seen some of your siblings, they look straight African.
No, that's what I'm saying though. I really literally have, but at the same time, we all look like siblings. People literally be like, "Are y'all twins?" Every other group, we're twins or triplets. Because even though we came out with different skin colors, like my sister came out white. She's not white anymore, but she came out white. My other brother came out purple.
No,
like literally purple. But we look like different combinations of our parents.
Wait.
I have a niece and nephew who
hold up.
polar opposites.
Wait, Kim says his mom is black. Dark. Kim says his mom is black Latino. No, she's not black Latino. She's white
what does she
Latino.
Look like? Have we seen her?
No, so
what's white Latino? Spain?
Yeah. Just
okay.
You heard of Spanish?
You get on my nerves. I'm trying to clarify for the people.
So yeah, so Spanish is literally, saying like European. Or but again, she was born he was
You said Mexican, Spanish.
No, so either Spanish, like she's definitely like white, European, whatever. The one thing that I do know is that he was born to because again, how this whole thing works is that his sperm was used with somebody's egg. which again was, implanted in somebody, which was a Mexican nurse out in San Diego. So
they had a surrogate.
Yeah. So BG was actually born in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. So, but yeah, it's definitely not Black Latino. Yeah, he tried to say that, you know what I'm saying? But the beans had got spilled about that. That's what I'm trying to say. They actually got the paperwork. They got the paperwork because of the fact of how he was born and how he was conceived, which is why they said, well, one of them. Because again, you got to remember Adoration too. Katherine Jackson was suing AEG, which is a multi-billion-dollar company, for money. So what they're trying to say was that he's not entitled to this. They're trying to say that he hired Dr. Conrad Murray. This is what he does. They literally tried to mudsling him through the media. So this is AEG. This is court documents. So what they tried to use to embarrass, and she had to.
But
fight.
Here's the thing. Let me
wait. You got to hear this. She had to fight to try to get that thrown out because it was irrelevant to the case.
Right. But let me just say this just real quick. The last thing I'll say is this. If somebody came and said that you're not your father's daughter, therefore you're not entitled to this, if that was even a little thing, like forget fighting to get thrown out, I just go take a paternity test and be like, boom, next.
Very true.
But
so with that being said, so I'm gonna play advocate real quick. I think Paris did take like a 23andMe, and they said they were trying to look. They said, "Hey, it was one of these things. It was literally back in the day, and it literally had like no African in there. Period. So, and I think she took it down, but that was Paris. But again, so they got paperwork. Again, if you know anything how these companies work, multi-billion-dollar companies work, especially the ones that have access, they have access to his life. They understand the drugs. They knew what he took, all this other stuff. They had access to all of it. They tried to say that Blanket was the only one, and pretty much essentially saying that the other two had no rights to his estate. That's what they were saying.
And all that the family, all of the
covered him with a blanket.
Exactly. All the estate has to do. If the case were true, if Blanket or whatever was this or that, all the people have to do is pop down to a shop and get a paternity test. Because if you are the child, you are the child. It just doesn't. It's not that they blow it up to make it this big thing. Oh,
Paris ain't doing no paternity test. But like I told you, so Michael Jackson's sperm, somebody's egg. This is how Paris essentially, and I don't mean to say this in a disrespectful way, but he was pretty essentially like, what do they call those? A lab baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Essentially.
But a paternity test would show that you have their DNA, whether you're a lab baby or not.
I think as a daughter, I probably wouldn't.
Right. At the end of the day, for the ignorant folks out there, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like whether she is or whether she isn't.
She was raised
by him. She has that connection.
Absolutely.
So I apologize that we went on this long ass tangent because it's really irrelevant. Exactly. He raised her. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Alexandria. It's a test tube, baby. I didn't want to be disrespectful, but that's essentially what Blanket is. His sperm, somebody else's egg, they used a surrogate. And then at one point, Michael Jackson came clean about it because it was the whole Martin Bashir documentary. He said, look, he broke down my sperm, this egg. I didn't know the mother. He broke down and came clean. So I remember that. Yeah. So, and again, I see it. Fuck everybody else who don't. You know what I'm saying? Blanket's his. I don't. And whether or not Prince and Paris are or not, he still raised them. They know him as father. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Those are his children. So fuck what everyone else got to say.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah. Hey, well.
And me too.
If the shoe fit. Those are his kids. He raised them.
No, I do believe that's his kids because he did raise them.
He raised them. Yeah, absolutely. I can adopt a kid right now, and that's my kid.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I listen. I'm a little quiz when it comes to certain things. The only Quez is here to back me up. No, because the thing that I said.
Forget Quez. Forget him. I ain't got nothing to say to him.
Hold up.
You see my screen? You see it's black?
That
represents Quez.
No.
Here's the reason why I say though that I'm a little Quez though. I'm a little Quez because we did a Michael Jackson camp. The week Michael Jackson died, we were doing a huge English camp with like 100 kids in Thailand.
Before he died, the camp started, or after?
Before he died, the camp started.
Wow.
During the camp, he passed away, and we immediately changed one of the themes of the week to Michael Jackson, to honor Michael Jackson. And when the kids were asking, they know of the concept of Michael Jackson's dancing and singing and everything. They do not know who the hell he is. They didn't even know what he looks like. So the parents were like, oh my God, how do you not know Michael Jackson? They were drawing him like, this is what he looks like. Parents were excited. And the kids were like, is he what do they call him? A transgender white lady? And we were like, oh, because when the parents were drawing him, they were drawing what looked to them like a transgender white lady. I remember when I watched the documentary on Michael Jackson, I thought he was a transgender white lady too when I was 4. And so what I realized at that moment, no, I'm just telling you, when I was sitting in front of the TV at 4 years old, I said, is that Janet? What happened to her? Mom said, that's Michael. And I said, what? Anyway, because I saw the Afro Michael Jackson when I was.
I'm going to throw adoration, the whole adoration away.
No, we are not.
Let me show my quiz. Let me show my quiz side though. What I realized was that when we were trying to tell them that this is Michael Jackson was this, Michael Jackson was that, they were like, okay, he's a man. We get that. We're like, he's not gay. He's not a transgender. He's just a man. We're like, okay. But then we were like, and he's black. And they were like, yeah, that one is just dumb. And I realized that. And I'm going to tell you my conspiracy theory. Okay. I'm a little quiz. There is going to come a time, I said this, in the next generation after me, the last person to see Michael Jackson, where Michael Jackson was never black.
Oh, I agree.
Because the grandparents.
I'm gonna ask my son.
Wait, let her go.
The children of Michael Jackson, who are going to be the old people at that time, who is not a big deal, and it's like, yeah, like I said, I completely stand those down to go over his kids, but biologically, it's not true. And what's going to happen is it's going to be a whitewash of history. That's the reality that we're looking at. When the companies took Michael Jackson, this is my point of view. All right. When the companies took Michael Jackson, he was black. And they said that you're going to be an international star. And the truth was, you're not digestible to this world. Because, okay, he got vitiligo. That's a real thing. But he also got a nose job. And they also straightened his hair. And they also made him look as white as humanly possible. And I talked to some of these old Taiwanese grandma. I got like old Taiwanese grandma. Very racist. She was racist back in her day. She's not racist anymore, but they're all pretty racist because that's how they grow up. They grow up.
Racist, always racist.
Are not digestible to them. Michael Jackson broke into that thing, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, interesting. Is he black? All the people know here is that some of them are old enough to know that Michael Jackson was black and that he did it. This is what their point of view. He didn't want to be black, so he turned himself white because that's what they do.
Oh Lord, no.
I'm telling you what the narrative is going to be.
I know.
Michael Jackson,
millennials, that was the storyline too.
No, I know. I'm gonna let adoration finish, and I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna save MJ.
That's the reality that we're facing. So that's why I'm a little quiz on the subject when it comes.
No, I get you. I get you.
Illusion. I'm like, absolutely, they're his children. Absolutely, I will literally go to court and fight and be like, he had these kids. He carried these kids. These are his children. They're entitled to every single thing that he said they're entitled to. But we cannot lie about the biology. And when we do that, we play around with that, we're going to end up with a whitewashed reality of Michael Jackson 50 years in the future when our next kid, because even my younger siblings are like.
I agree with you. Like, I'm going to say this to say, paperwork don't lie, especially when it comes to that.
No, but DNA don't lie.
But DNA doesn't lie either. So that too. But so we can say that. So again, they have access to shit that we don't have access to. So, hey, Paris and Prince, we just don't know. You do bring up a valid point. Now, the one thing that we're going to make sure that on this show that we clarify, and I know that you didn't say this, but Michael Jackson has gone on record as to say that, no, he's proud of being black. Matter of fact, it's so oxymoron, right? That his kids, Parents a Blanket, because they have the Caucasian appearance, whatever, they're playing with this dog named Kenya. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made sure that he was that was their dog named Kenya because he named him Kenya.
And look at his music videos.
No, even within that being said, he was so, how do I say it? He was black without
Michael
being
Jackson
black.
was black and pro-black. It's not. I'm not talking about
Exactly.
Michael. I'm talking about the narrative.
No. I know adoration. I'm not saying you. That's what I said. I said in the beginning. I said you did not say this, but we're going to definitely make sure we save him on this here show. Yeah, he was a proud black man. So the thing is with vitiligo, and I'm glad that his mom came out and cleared it out. So he had blotches on his skin that made him look like a cow. So when he went on ahead, he used bleaching cream to even out his skin. Absolutely. You know, so that is definitely true. Now, the nose thing, I think that's more so of a self-hate type of thing, like an insecurity, because of the fact that his parents made him feel like, not his parents, but his father used to make fun of his nose and say this and this and that.
And the whole family got nose jobs.
Almost and that's the thing, guys. Let's be honest, though. It's not just them. Do you understand? They were working with
interrupting me.
These companies are
wait. You're interrupting me. So again, I don't think it was necessarily at this point. MJ, if you read and study him, was a perfectionist. So at the end of the day, these labels can't necessarily tell, hey, change your nose and change your hair. And he did what he wanted to do. They had to bow down and kiss his ass because of who he was. Now, I think that there was definitely some self-hate going on because of the fact of the matter of his relationship with his father. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, the nose change, or you're changing the lips, or you're doing X, Y, and Z, or you're doing certain things. There's definitely some self-hate. There's some insecurities that he had going on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily subscribe to the fact that this is a label thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he went against the label itself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily subscribe to that. But again, it was definitely some self-hate stuff going on, I believe.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, everybody, you know, sure. I'm sure. I just more so think that there was a look of the day. It was more of a white era. We're more so embracing blackness openly now, but it was more of a white person's era. And so people's plastic surgery and the way they did their makeup and this and that was looking like white people. You know, looking from my point of view back.
He did say something too. He said, why is it that when white people go out and get tans, especially if we're looking in today's era, they go get butt fillers, whatever, and lip things to look more African. You know what I'm saying? This is what he said. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's a whole different topic.
Right. But anyway, the point of the matter is I just want to express my queasness on that particular topic because I think that this delusional reality that we're living in, trying to be, it already has caught up with the next generation. My younger siblings are like, the nigga was white. And I'm like, guys, before he was white, he was black.
I'm about to ask my youngest.
Like,
it's ignorance, because again, it shows the lack of actually. This is what I was trying to tell you before. It's always better to research, because again, it's really ill when you see, and I can put up a picture right now. There's a 6-year-old Michael Jackson, literally, you know, saying in his splendor, you know, saying. So to sit up there and to say that, hey, he's white when he came from this, and to not actually know the backstory, it just goes to show that people aren't necessarily doing the research, and then they're going to choose to stay ignorant. They're going to choose to stay dumb.
There's a reason why our society, even now, is whitewashed. We think we know stuff from the past. That's actually not true. They've taken pictures of Black people and whiteified them. So there are leaders in history that we don't know were Black. So it's not necessarily about, because the thing is this, even now, what are they doing right now in the president's cabinet doing? They're whitewashing Black history.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's gonna come a time where stuff that we knew was like, duh, of course, the first.
Which is again why I was telling you before. I literally said you have to study where you came from in order to know where you're going. So therefore, nobody, especially, it's what my pops told me. So therefore, nobody can tell you what you are, because he told me, like, literally, that they're going to tell you that you came from a nation of uncivilized monkeys and this and savages and blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying, when you actually came from this and you came from that, and this is literally at a young age. And so I tell you this to say that I literally challenged my 6th grade teacher when he literally tried to say that Malcolm X was a racist. I don't understand why he deserves a library or anything named after him. He's racist. He called me a blue-eyed devil, and I literally had to shut him up, saying, no, Malcolm X was not a racist. And I brought him in facts and stuff and documents to where it shut him up. Yeah, he sounded stupid. I'm trying to tell you. So again, this is 6th grade year old me educating my teacher who's supposed to be teaching me, but this is what he's projecting out into the rest of the class. And I had to shut him up from being stupid, because you have to literally learn your history so nobody else can tell you about your history, especially somebody outside of your race.
Right. But not the easiest way, but one of the most important ways, in my opinion, to learn your history is from people knowing the track record of people, like we talked about when we're talking about the ancestry, people giving you information. But if we as our generation allows the whitewashing of certain realities, then the kids down the road, they're not going to have, sure, they can dig into it and be like, God, did you know I discovered Michael Jackson was black? But do we want to do that again? We've done this for years and years. Generations have done this. There are people who were black that I'm just shocked. I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
I didn't know that. Why didn't I know that?
Well, so hey, do me a favor. Look up Nicole Richie. That's another good example. Nicole Richie, who used to be Paris Hilton's best friend. I thought she was white. You know what I'm saying? Until I found out that she was actually Sheila E.'s niece. And, Sheila E. is actually, drum roll please, she's actually Latino. She's black. Her mom is African-American, and I think her father is actually Mexican-American or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But then you look at Nicole Richie, who bleached her hair. She's, blonde, has very, very fair skin. I thought she was white, just like Paris Hilton, but no, there's African in her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but that's another good example to say, like, hey, I thought, but here goes this. So, like to what you said though, you brought up a valid point though. Like, let's just say I'm playing advocate. Like, let's just say Paris and Prince aren't necessarily his, and then they have kids. Especially with Prince, because he just got engaged to a Caucasian woman. So they have a kid, and he has no Negro features, but yet still, what if he names the son, if it's a son, Michael Jackson III? So then this is Michael Jackson's quote-unquote son, and they have Michael Jackson III, and then boom, you have this white kid who's Michael Jackson III. I get what you're saying, Adoration. I definitely get what you're saying. It's crazy when you think about it. When I really start going down that rabbit hole, I'm like, yo, that's some crazy ish.
If you tell me that in the future, or even this generation of kids, like I said, this generation already, if you were to look at his children and say, these are the children of Michael Jackson, there's not a soul in the world. Forget the image of Michael Jackson. We are the last generation that knows for sure what he looks like, because the younger generation, they don't even, I asked them about Michael, they don't know who he is. They don't know what he looks like. They know the concept of Michael Jackson. They know the Michael Jackson dances. They didn't even know he was a person, actually. The Thai kids didn't know he was a person. If you look at his family at the moment, just his kids, there's not a soul in the world that will say that he was black. The next generation that they're going to have, and then the next generation that they're going to have, like 2 generations down, then they can, when I say they, I'm talking about the people who whitewash society. They do it loud and they do it on purpose. They're going to be able to sit there and debate with you that Michael Jackson was black. They're going to be like, no, there's this document. He was a Caucasian man. It's gonna. And all I'm saying is that I think, my opinion is that as Black people, we have to be very honest now. Tell our siblings, our younger siblings, our kids, the truth now. Because I'm just saying that if we don't, and I'm not saying that, we need to hold on to Michael Jackson, but at the same time, this is not the first time our heroes have been whitewashed. It has been happening for the whole 500 years that we were in America. Our inventions were whitewashed. What we made was whitewashed. The music we created was whitewashed. And it happens like every 50 years or so. They'd be like, okay, whitewash that. Okay, good. Whitewash that. And so that's all I'm saying. And that's my Quez rant for since Quez is not here, I had to put on a little Quez show.
No doubt. Well, so with that being said, there's some other stuff that I got, that this topic has gone on long enough. But RIP to Michael Jackson, man. He's the king.
my favorite artist of all time. Like I said, whether or not biologically, you know, saying he raised some kids. I mean, hell, Angelina Jolie got a black kid.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, there's other white couples or celebrities who got black kids. So, fuck what I gotta say. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. So going back, I mean, so I definitely want to touch on speaking. All right, so Druski, you know what I'm saying? Druski literally has been facing backlash about doing whiteface. He was at a NASCAR event. And let's just go ahead and let's show.
I saw that. That's crazy.
I'll tell you. But then here's the thing: Kelly Price is under fire right now, by saying that black women are the most disrespectful and ugly, or whatever she said about them. I think I got that clip too. So I'll let y'all ladies go. So we can either do Druski next, or we can do Kelly Price.
I'm gonna do Kelly. Let's do Kelly. I don't know. Drewski's thing is hilarious.
I'm gonna tell you it's funny. I'm gonna show that real quick. Then we'll just get into Kelly.
Here's the love. Here's the honor. If you can't come in her, come on her. Yeah! Hey, Suanna.
She's not listening.
Hey, come up. You need to listen to your nana. Go ahead, baby.
6 o'clock.
Girl, you crazy now. Hey, me, Ma. How you doing, baby? How you doing, man? Good. All right now. Hey, you lost, boy?
No, I'm going to the race.
What race?
NASCAR race.
You going to NASCAR?
Yes, sir. A little bit.
You ain't lost, did you?
No, I'm good. I'm going to the race, sir.
Sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Find something safe to do, boy.
Dang, he straight sounded like a redneck.
I didn't know when they kept saying Druski.
You see,
Wow.
Here, America. I wish you could see my face right now,
movie.
America. I'm in tears right now,
He needs to be in a movie. He's a great actor.
He's a comedian. So he did this, and people are basically saying, like, well, it's hypocritical. So is it okay for us? This is white people. Is it okay for us to do blackface? And I'm just like, man, that ish right there was crazy.
All them years that they did blackface.
Guys, they so openly racist today. I don't even care. Like, I ignore them now. They're so openly racist today, right now.
So how about this? We'll put a 2-pick in that one.
Yeah, let's move on to Kelly.
We'll put a 2-pick in, and we'll come back to that next week. You know what I'm saying? Here goes Kelly Price, what she was saying.
I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues, looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in, and my feet are so damn big, and who dressed me. I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this, but I'm so sick of black people and their bull. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, and you know, Lord, pray for me, because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other black women, but you're an activist, and you are educated, and you are this, and you are that, and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't going to get your stupid into heaven. Find yourself, Because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't gonna do nothing but your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said.
Well,
so what happened to her?
What do you think about that, Miss Adoration and Jessica?
What they say to her?
So basically, there was a performance that she did, and they were criticizing her shoes, saying that she was overweight, saying this and this and that. It was just a lot of like negative stuff that was kind of like, you know, some blowback on her. And, you know, and ironically, yeah, they clowned her for her outfit. Thank you, Alexandria. I'm sorry that my camera's not working. I promise. I think I'm getting ready to buy another one today. And with my Amazon Prime, it'll be here tomorrow or Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But I got to get a new camera. It's crazy. But yeah, so they clowned her outfit and they said some stuff about her. So the ironic thing is that Clarissa Shields, Alexandria said she wore a blazer and some high top forces.
Okay. What's wrong with that? Can we see the picture?
Yeah, can we? Wait, I'm gonna look it up.
Like, we don't know what we're talking about.
What is that in the background?
She's mad about a particular situation, so I can't really, you know, defame her because she's mad about something.
Let me see if I can try to find the picture. Yeah, y'all making me working. Right now.
You gotta have all the facts.
I don't know who she
This
is,
was just supposed to be a show where we talked about the ratchet news, Miss Jessica. You shut up now.
So when you
what's her name?
Women, we need to have all the facts.
You hush up now
before we go in.
I don't hear you.
Yeah, because Kelly, what's her name? Kelly Jason. Kelly what?
You did not just call me a jigaboo.
Yes, I did.
Y'all, what is the lady's name?
Her name is Kelly Price.
Oh, I forgot. She's Gen Z. She don't know who Kelly Price is.
Dang you, Federation. Why do you gotta be so young?
I'm sorry. I'm 30. I'm not even young.
Yes, you are.
I'm
you
30.
still got Similac on your mouth.
What if she? You know what? Never mind. Nothing. Not all babies drank Similac.
Oh well.
Still
got I was breastfed only.
Thank you, Adoration.
You still got breast milk on your breath. She lets she's like, I'll jack you up
early for your information.
Like, I'll jack you up, third. That's what that was. I know that laugh.
I can't really find the outfit, but
wait, I'm finding it right now.
Okay.
Hold on a second, Adoration.
Yeah.
See if I can find it.
Dang, she went on a 45-minute rant.
Yeah, 45-minute rant. God dang. You know what I'm saying?
She mad. You know, you're entitled to be mad.
That outfit, dude. Yeah, I don't know who her stylist is.
Yeah.
But
did you find the outfit? Because I can't find the particular outfit.
I mean, but I don't know if that's real or AI. You don't know.
No, this is definitely her performance. Jess, what are you talking about? AI? The hell y'all live? Y'all live in the fantasy world. This is her performance.
That don't show it justice like that one.
Which one? Let me go back.
Outfit controversy. I'm looking for it. Okay, but let's just be honest. The point of the matter is superstars get cooked all the time for the way they dress, the way they this, the way they that. That's life. If she's mad and she wants to scratch back.
That one.
I mean, okay. You know, did she have to go for people's education and this and that? No, it kind of made her more so look like it made the shoe look like it fit. But you know,
ooh, and those shoes are big.
Well, that's exactly what they were talking about. You see?
Oh,
that's exactly what they were talking about. Wait. Let me share the screen.
There are high fashion standards in the Black community, and people get cooked all the time. And if you're mad and you want to lash back, go off. I'm not mad at her. You know, Beyonce has
that, but
to do what she wanted to. But wow, that's oof. Yeah.
This is what she's performing in right
and
here.
I got small feet. If shoes make my feet look big, I'm not wearing them.
Wow,
Don't trust your stylist all the time. I don't know. You just gotta have a fashion sense. I guess I don't know if she does, but maybe she don't.
She's a tall lady. She's supposed to have small feet.
No, I'm saying for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm wearing something and it make my feet look big, which I feel that they are big for my size, because people that are taller than me have smaller feet than me. So I don't know. I'm gonna just look in the mirror and be like, no, that don't look right.
Okay, can I ask who did that to her? Because those pants.
For real. Just like oh girl, what's her name? Dang.
That's not even right.
I don't know.
Keisha Cole.
Yeah.
How they were clowning her about coming out in a diaper. Like you don't look in the mirror and look and see like, oh dang, I look crazy right now. Or get opinions like I don't know.
Alexandria says, and let's be clear, she used to be extremely heavy. She did.
What? Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's about being heavy. You can be heavy.
Did her
stylish.
wrong.
I know plenty of heavy women that are, and I'm not blaming her for this. Like, she's entitled to go off and be mad. But at the same time, what comes with fame is people criticizing you for no damn reason. And she's entitled to be mad and go
That is part of the game. You're right about that.
For me, I had 3 kids. I got a belly. So I'm not wearing no dang belt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, belt underneath. But those pants are really small too. Like somebody just terrible at their job. That's a terrible outfit for her. And
shape. They put the jacket on probably to cover it all up, but you can't cover it up. Like I said, I got a belly. Right. I'm not gonna wear a belt because it's gonna make my belly pop out more.
Yeah.
So at this point, is it about image or is it about talent? Because she can sing her butt off.
Yeah, she can.
Absolutely. And there were people in the crowd supporting and happy to hear her. But people are also going to cook everything about you. That's just how it is being a superstar.
Very true.
They're going to cook you. They're cooking Beyonce. Beyonce, y'all. They're cooking Beyonce. She looks like that.
I was going to say, Keisha Cole's wearing butt enhancement, fam. Need to be clown. She's pear-shaped, as in many women in America. Hey, I'm friends with her brother on Facebook. Shout out to Netso.
Oh.
Yeah, but that whatever she's wearing was definitely not flattering.
Yeah. So. It's not that she's not attractive. She got a nice big bust. She looks great.
No, Keisha Cole is. You talking about Keisha Cole or Kelly Price?
I'm talking about Kelly Price.
Okay.
They didn't style her right. Somebody didn't. They just didn't style her. I mean, there's big women in the crowd.
I think Adoration knows who Keisha Cole is. It's
I
all
know
over TikTok.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Adoration don't know nothing.
She knows the love song. All of Gen Z knows the love song.
I hate that one. Gen Z.
I'm actually a millennial by 1 year.
Yeah, thank you.
Adoration, you are?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Exactly. When these plastic women can carry a tune in a bucket. Thank you. Thank you, Alexandria.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Kelly Price. You did your thing. You know what I'm saying? People should be more focused on the talent as opposed to the image. But I get what Adoration is saying, and I'm in Hollywood. I get it. But it's like, again, it's a double standard. Why is it that, you can have like these old ass rockers who come out looking like they're about to pass out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But Kelly Price gets cooked for, a bad wardrobe. So.
But who was cooking her though? What generation was cooking her? Our generation?
I don't. She said black women. She didn't specific. Alexandra, I went to Breezy Bowl and Summer Walker's BBL is a mess. I would rather this natural look. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm about to shit on BBLs. Why?
It's especially our culture.
I told Jess the other day that some of these women out here looking like they got they're built like ants. You know what I'm saying? They got diaper booty.
That's what a lot of them want too. That's what they want.
Listen to me as a man, a full-blown heterosexual red blood male.
Don't say that.
Hey, those BBL. What?
Yeah, because
here's the reason why I say that though.
We'll go look at porn with them BBLs.
To it, whether it's in Pop the Balloon or Find Love or whatnot, they jump on that fake like ain't nobody's business. So
let me mute your mic. Let me shut Jess up. As a guy,
I ain't got no BBL. I just all real over here.
I'm saying what I'm saying, and I don't care who gets offended or hurt or whatever. Me, there's men who think you look just like me. Those BBLs are not attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need it. Embrace what God has given you. If you got a flat booty, that is okay. You know what I'm saying? If you got a flat chest, that is okay. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get something, then do it the old natural way. Eat greens, collard greens, macaroni and cheese, cornbread, work out, tone up.
Some it don't work for. That's what you don't realize.
But that's cool, but then to get the diaper booty, the diaper booty is not attractive.
I agree with you, Third, on that. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, and you should love your
Have
body.
kids.
But in
That's
reality,
get it all.
yes,
I'm just saying, for me, my personal preference, and I'm saying, like, embrace and get into the gym. Thank you, Alexandra.
I agree.
Now, look, what I'm trying to say is, for me, BBLs are not sexy. The diaper booty look is not appeasing. It looks like your ass stinks. Because what's going on in my mind, I'm wondering, how the hell do you wipe your ass? So then, if I'm wondering how the hell you wipe your ass, and I just imagine you walking around with a smelly, shitty ass. You know, so
you think ladies with giant butts don't wipe their ass?
So then my eyes start to then my stomach starts to turn. So just don't. And then on a serious note, you know what I'm saying? You don't hit me, Jess. I'm saying it looked like a shitty ass diaper, and it don't look good. Like, who wants to hit a shitty ass?
A lot of people.
Imagine you hitting it from the back.
A lot of people.
Just getting it. Wait, imagine you hitting it from the back, and you get that shitty smell. You get that shitty. You know what I mean? Like that shitty smell coming. For me, it's gonna make my stomach turn. You know what I'm saying? And ugh. You know what I mean?
The thing is this, to each their own.
So what I'm trying to say, wait, adoration. Even on a serious note, you know what I'm saying? There's health complications that come with these BBLs. Yep. Don't risk your life trying to look good in order to sit up there and to with a diaper booty and a shitty looking ass. You know, just
most dangerous surgery too. It's the most dangerous plastic surgery.
Thank you, adoration.
Yep. It's just
embrace what you got.
Proportionate.
Be like Jess and be like adoration.
Oh, you get on my nerves.
Get into the gym.
And eat flat.
Get into the gym. Tone it up. Eat some collard greens, some cornbread, some yams.
No.
And get into the gym.
You're not a woman, so you don't know.
Word.
You don't know.
Word.
Hey. When you have kids, it's gonna come. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, I was told by some OG women, eat some cornbread.
No.
Cheese.
Don't eat cornbread. Don't listen to him.
That's old
Don't eat cornbread, ladies, please. You know what? You're gonna be sweet one day. Third told me
when I was in high school, I ate a lot. Did the weight come? No, it did not.
Oh wow.
It came once I had kids.
Yeah.
You want to get people locked up for life. You like sitting with some kids.
You gotta
just trying to give them an easy cheat sheet. Just eat and work out. See, that's what God was trying to tell you. Send you a sign. That's why you dropped your little iPad.
What is not an iPad? This is a sad tablet right here. I will not. Nope. I need to get a case for it.
Anyway, y'all, it's about that time. Adoration. I appreciate you, Alexandria. Shout out to Kim. You know, I got to end this because I don't feel like going to cut up this damn show. I did have more to get to, but we'll get to that later. Forget Quez, whatever he's doing. Wow. You know what I'm saying? He left the show. He don't like me right now like some other folk. He don't want to be great on Friday, so forget him. All right, and Alexandria says, and babies will change you forever.
Fact.
Whatever.
Shout
out to my pops. He might wanted to stand down this one player. You're right. And on this note, I'm going to drop the mic and I'm just going to be out. I love you, adoration. Love you, Jess. We are out. We will catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Blanket is Michael Jackson's.